What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, with this most recent sharing agreement between Marvel Studios and Sony to keep Tom Holland's Peter Parker in the MCU, there were a lot of us, myself included, who thought that Disney was just delaying the inevitable, that as soon as these next two MCU movies had passed and bolstered Tom Holland's Peter Parker cred even higher, that Sony would snatch him back and place him firmly into their already growing Venomverse. And then we finally got the Morbius trailer, and with subtle hints of not only being in the MCU, but also being in the Sam Raimi SpiderVerse, amongst the myriad of reports over 6 months that Sony's ultimate goal was to do a live-action Spider-Verse, bring back Andrew Garfield and Toby McGuire to star alongside Tom Holland, eventually leading to Miles Morales. That seems to all be corroborated by today's report from one source that Andrew Garfield has indeed entered talks with Sony Studios to reprise the role as Spider-Man and come back for a live-action Spider-Verse movie. We're going to break down what this report says, what it means for Tom Holland's Peter Parker staying in the MCU, the Sony Spider-Verse, and how this would all eventually lead to Miles Morales. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel-related stuff, including a limited edition Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So in a video I'll make sure to link at the end of this, about a month old already, we detailed exactly how Sony wants to lead to a live-action Spider-Verse and how that would free them up in case Tom Holland does get stuck in the MCU. If he should cross over once or twice, to have more than one live-action Spider-Man would mean, well, you'd get to do as many movies as you want, and it seems like Sony has just a little bit of envy as far as the Disney Studio slate is concerned, as they've been upping the ante and adding new dates to theirs as frequently as possible. Now, to be fair, it was originally industry insider Mikey Sutton who proclaimed that Spider-Man would indeed stay in the MCU for the long term, that the goal was after these next 2 movies to extend the sharing agreement and keep Tom Holland in the Marvel Cinematic Universe where he started. But that would be a huge problem for Sony that now has a growing rogues gallery of Spider-Man villains, but no Spider-Man, and the goal wouldn't be to bring back Andrew Garfield and keep him as the Peter Parker in their universe, rather build out the idea of a Spider-Verse much in the way they did in the animated film, and exactly like that animated film, introduce and keep Miles Morales. Then you could have a live-action Miles Morales in their Spider-Verse, as well as a live-action Tom Holland in the 616 Marvel continuity, and look at that, it would almost be just like the comics. Now, of course, in order to pull this off and make it an authentic Spider-Verse, you've got to have the cooperation of Disney, which they have a little bit of say in, to get Tom Holland to cross over for at least a couple movies, and maybe leave that as an open door situation if ever they need to cross him over in the future, as well as bring back some of the old Spider-Mans, preferably both. And if Andrew Garfield has truly entered into the earliest parts of negotiations to come back to the role now, then this would be the first step. As I've said many times here real recently, you can't treat other movie studios like Marvel Studios. You can't give them the same reverence as the MCU. Kevin Feige and co have been able to avoid a lot of the same plot holes that other movie industry studios make and just keep repeating them, like Fox with the X-Men. Sony struck absolute gold with Into the Spider-Verse, and it's very obvious now they've identified what elements of that film worked and want to introduce them into the live action screen as fast as possible, again making the same mistakes that other studios do, thinking that it will automatically translate. Just because something was a hit once, it'll work again. Sometimes that's true, but what Marvel Studios have always tried to do is do something fresh and new each time, and that's why it's felt so awesome and especially so memorable. Let's face it, they got Peter Parker and sent him straight to space, something we had never even come close to on the big screen, and it's my fear that Sony may do this with the Into the Spider-Verse property, and especially after we get the second animated movie next year, they may try to hit gold with the same exact thing, and because we've seen it already, it may fall a little flat. Either way, it all starts with a huge crossover into the Spider-Verse with some of these live-action Spider-Man we've already seen before, including Tom Holland and also Andrew Garfield, and when these talks and negotiations matriculate, if they ever become actuality, of course we'll report on it here at the channel, but it'll be breaking news everywhere as well, as this is going to be a major undertaking. It's something super ambitious, even for Sony Studios if they truly try to go this route. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments about all of this. If this is something you'd want to see, Tom Holland's Peter Parker crossover, at least for a moment, into the Spider-Verse and some of what's going on over at Sony, and if you think that they would actually try to pull this off, a full live-action Spider-Verse, something like we got in the animated film, leading to eventually having Miles Morales as their own live-action Spider-Man. Let me know all your comments down below, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 650,000 subscriber mark. We just gave 2 away at the 600 mark. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell with notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like the limited edition Infinity Saga box set. We gave the first one away on New Year's Eve. We'll be giving the second one away on the 2nd anniversary of the channel in the end of April. If you want to be entered to win either of the PlayStations, the limited edition Infinity Saga box set, or any of the other prizes we give away here at the channel as we double down all the way up to $1 million over the next couple of years, including Spider-Man. Tickets and DVDs to play every single Marvel and Marvel adjacent movie, or down below and quickly, let's get into the giveaway Batman. Before I let you go, the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, notifications turned on, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, and if you've missed any of the past winners, especially here real recently, as we've given away 5 PlayStation 4 Pros in the last 45 days alone, something ridiculous like that, no worries. All you have to do, scroll back through the channel, look for the winner announcement and the sub count in the title of the video, click that video and scroll to the end. My name's Michael Roman. This is Everything Always, guys. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.